This is a new 1/7 scale rally car from Rlaarlo. It's the Mitsubishi Lancia EVO VI. It's fully licensed. It's that classic Tommy Mackinnon paint job. Although you don't get any of them stickers. They're the only stickers you get. You just get a small amount of stickers, a number sheet, and that's it. It's a bit disappointing. When I saw this about a year ago from Rlaarlo, I was hoping it was going to be the full Tommy, but it's not. But it still looks really nice. Now, this is the second time that I've started this camera and done an unboxing. Well, obviously I'm not unboxing it. That's because I've already unboxed it. There's the box it came in. There's all the packing materials. The cable ties are cut off. All the stuff here. I did a little intro telling you how much I liked 1/7 scale, showing you all my other 1/7 scales. Finished the video, done an overview of it, showed you everything in it, got home, checked it, and I didn't have my microphone on. Here's all my 1/7 scales, or well, they're all meant to be 1/7. I think that's meant to be 1/6, and I don't know whether that's 1/8. But something that I've only just noticed, if I put it in there with all the others, look, it just looks a bit out of place, doesn't it? It doesn't quite look big enough. Anyway, it does look good, and it's going to look a little bit better once we get the stickers on. Comes with their newer transmitter. This is their T-Rex one, I think they're calling it. Loads of functions on there. You got buttons up here, thumb steer, nice foam wheel, steering trim and dual rate, throttle trim and dual rate. You got a gyro function, you got a light button. This does have lights at the front and at the rear. Well, I think that spoiler should be red or red and white. I'm sure it should be red and white, not black, but I guess if you really wanted to, you could paint it. We got some mirrors with mirrors. There's a roll cage in there. There's an interior with a couple of dudes in there with their helmets. That's a strange looking helmet. But anyway, we got some dudes in there. So at the time of making this video, it hasn't been released yet. I've not seen any others. I probably will watch one or two, but I don't really like watching other reviews because I don't like to see what's wrong before I've taken stuff out. Then I can see what's wrong myself. But this is released at the time of this recording. I think it's released, it might be tomorrow. I know they're doing a live stream on like the 27th. Anyway, it's released in the next few days. I'm probably not going to get this out to run for another few days. I'm just doing the unboxing now. But anyway, the first thing I noticed when I first unboxed it was that the rear suspension is quite soft. The front doesn't feel too bad, but the rear feels too soft. Now that brings me on to a slightly well, it's not a different topic. It's still a topic on this. I don't want to get too ranty. I've worked with Rlaarlo since I think the end of 2022. I've been reviewing their stuff. I've made them a fair bit of money. I've made myself a fair bit of money with commission as well. However, I'm still quite happy to tell you how it is when it is how it is. When it is how it is. I got an email from them the other day and it said, I'm going to read it, talking the rear suspension, soft rear suspension. I'll put it on the screen there. I got an email saying that they'd found, after some valuable feedback on this, and it says Mitsubishi Lancia EVO prototype. Keep that in your noggin. Please see key factory differences below to assist you with your review to inform your audience. It says 8 major improvements on the final mass production batch models. Bonus springs, 4 extra soft springs, added into accessory bag for tuning, upgraded rear shock oil to 3000 CST, light control board changed, battery straps lengthened, battery tray adjuster now comes pre-fitted, ESC switch relocated to the rear, bottom of the chassis for easier access, gyro and signal. The gyro out of the box is set to, I think it's 70-something%. You can adjust it, you have to go through a little process to adjust it, but it's too high out of the box. And a light bug fix resolved the occasional one-sided steering light flicker. Now, at the bottom, don't like sharing emails with information. However, I feel that this is quite important to share. We're confident that these improvements will make the production model perform significantly better than the prototype you've received. The prototype that I've received. So I replied to that email and I said, I can't remember exactly what it was. It was something along the lines of, can you confirm if these have been found by other people that have got sent these, or whether it's like an internal test team that have found them? And I also said that you shouldn't be sending us, but I don't want a prototype. I want a production model. And again, I know I don't have to prove this to you, but I want to prove to you that I'm not just bullshitting. This is not the whole email, but this is what I put. Production models would be the ones you should send out for videos, not prototypes. That was the issue you had with the S10. That's the Subaru they sent out, and there was loads of issues, caused quite a drama. It'd be far better to send us finished products to showcase rather than leaving us to explain to viewers the things that are wrong and what will be fixed. You as a viewer, a potential person buying this, you don't want me telling you, oh, this is wrong, but they're going to fix it. This is wrong, but they're going to fix it. This they're going to tweak and they're going to fix that for your model. You want to see how it's going to perform when you buy it. And to make matters worse, their response to me was, this isn't a prototype. This is the first batch of the production ones. And because we have our own factory and our own manufacturing process, we do a rolling upgrade. So everything produced from the point that they find it will be tweaked and changed. So from saying it's a prototype more than once, and not just on that email, I had another email saying it, and now they're saying it's not. So I'm telling you, I'm going to go through this review and point out some of, well, we already spotted, they've already sent me a list of stuff that's wrong with it. I may find some more stuff, and I'm going to have to tell you that I think you're going to get a product that is fixed. If this has already been mass produced like this, then some of you that have pre-ordered, some of you that are buying them, you're going to get the same as me, according to what they've said. And this isn't a prototype. This is going to be one that you could potentially get. So that puts me in a difficult position, because I don't want you to get one that's got problems. I want you to get something that actually works. I'm sorry, this has returned to a big rant, but it's important for me to, as a reviewer, to review stuff that it's going to be the same for you. If I find a problem, you'll have the problem. If I think it's completely insane, it's the best thing ever, nothing wrong with it, then hopefully that will be your experience as well. Being in a situation where I don't know what yours is going to be like is difficult. Right, to get the body off, there is a little push button there. So push that, and then there's a little turny one there. Turn that. And then there's little ones under the side. Push them. So it's secure on there. That means it's not going to wobble about and rattle, hopefully. You see all the lights in there. There's your little connector. That connects onto the body, so it means that there's no cables hanging off. So that's good. You got all your interior in there. Not bad. Oh, it comes with these inner arches or inner fenders. They stick in there. I'm not putting these on. They just fell off on the Subaru. The stick, I mean, you can, yeah, it looks like you can screw them on, but they got sticky stuff on there, and it will just, yeah, they'll probably just get caught, fall off, and cause you more hassle than it's worth putting them on. It's not rained for about a month in the UK, so everywhere's dry. So I shouldn't, well, hopefully, unless it rains between now and me doing the rest of this video, it should just be dust and dirt in here rather than like wet and mud. So yeah, the rear shocks, they are too bouncy. The fronts to me feel all right, but you might get one without bouncy shocks, you might get one with, you might get it without the extra springs, you might get it with them, I don't know. I'm a little bit annoyed about this, so no pointy finger today. I'm going to, it's going to be a punishment for it. So it's got centre diff that feels, it's not too bad. The front diff is a little bit stiffer than the rear, although they're still not as tuned as I'd like to see. The shocks are fully adjustable, so you can change the oil yourself. They've got adjustable collars, they've got plastic caps on them, metal chassis brace at the front, plastic one at the rear. It comes with spare battery trays if you want the motor forward facing. It's the same as the DSK platform, so I've got the motor forward facing on mine that I've built from a kit, and you get double, like, twin battery trays. You can do that to this because it's the same chassis. Fully adjustable camber and tow. It's got pillable steering, knuckles, suspension, anti-roll bars at the front and at the rear, adjustable camber at the rear, some decent sized drive shafts, CVDs at the front. It have bearings all round, 45 kilo metal geared servo, 180 amp ESC. Uncensored by the looks of it. This will run 2 to 6S, crazy. A 2050 kV big brushless motor, heatsink and fan. There's the power button that they said they're going to mount further at the back, I guess maybe under there. You could get to that. Just pull the body like that, pull it out and get in. It's probably relatively easy. I wonder if someone's moaned about that being there. It's probably better there out the way. But anyway, that's it under there, I think. Nice alloy chassis, hex hardware as you'd expect. Little diffuser there. You got a little exhaust at the back, or a big exhaust. That's a big exhaust. There's a little LED in there. That will flicker when you come off the throttle to sort of act like a bit of a backfire there. A really cool feature. The first time they had that was on the Fiesta, the little Fiesta rally car, which is still, to this day, one of the best 1/10 like rally cars you can get. It does everything. It jumps at skate parks, it rips around on dirt, it rips around on tarmac. It's just an absolute beast. That's why I've still got one. I did have a roller that I think I sold. I was going to build like the ultimate one, but just straight out of the box, they're just awesome. And I'm pretty sure the Fiesta, when it was released, when they sent it to people to review, it was finished. And there was no problems with it. It was amazing. And well, we've already got a little bit of a downer on this because I've got a list of stuff that they're changing. So I'm gonna charge a 4S and a 6S. We'll just make sure everything works on it. We'll go and see how fast it is, and then we'll go and give it a rip around, and I'll let you know if there's anything else that I can find wrong with it. So it doesn't look too bad once the stickers are on. It obviously would look better with more on it, but it's better than it was out of the box. Right, I've got a 6S LiPo in. This controller takes AA's, but you can also put you can take this out and put a 2S LiPo in it, or it also takes the little, you know, the little lithium ion like vape batteries, that style. We've got no gyro at the moment. There we go. Oh wow, that is very aggressive. Now there is a way to change that. You hold the power and the gyro button. That light needs to be flashing on the gyro, and then you use the throttle trim. You turn that. Let's put it, I don't know, just under 25. That seems better. And then I guess you press this again. That locks it in. And then remember, turn your throttle back up, otherwise you only have 25%, or whatever you set it to. Press the lamp button. There, on. Full beam. And then off again. I guess we've got rear lights as well. Let's have a look. They're a bit weak, aren't they? Just like tiny little dots. And indicators. We'll probably have reverse. Yeah, I don't want to push it too hard because I don't want it flying off the bench. That runs on. If I look, come off the throttle, look. Maybe it'd be different when it's on the ground, but to me that doesn't. Yeah, that's got an aggressive brake. Anyway, it might drive different. It just feels like it's running on while it's up in the air like that. But anyway, that's got some wheel speed. Pretty fast servo. Yeah, it's not bad. Right, let's go see how fast it is. Look at the state of this carpet. I'm just about to replace it actually, because I've got some videos where I need the carpet, and well, I ruined it. I ruined it doing a burnout with the motor combo. Oh dear. Right, before we do anything, I do need to tweak that suspension. Look, it's already sitting up at the front and down at the back, and we're not even like driving it yet, so that's going to dip right down. So yeah, that definitely is going to need a tweak. Right then, we've got a 4S LiPo in it. Oh, it slides nice. Yeah, 4S. I don't usually do, if this runs 6S, I don't usually do this, or haven't been recently. I'll just run it on whatever the maximum battery it'll take and see what the top speed is. But I've have a feeling that this thing, I got a feeling that this might actually be pretty good on 4. 6S in something like this is probably going to be, I'd like to see over 50 mile an hour. So 4S, oh, I don't know actually. What's that, 30 odd? It's got some awesome punch, but once it gets up to speed, it's not quite as quick as I thought. Well, I didn't look it anyway. It might do when it comes past us. Oh yeah. It was relatively straight. No gyro wobble since I adjusted it down. You can throw it around a bit, look. Whoa. Oh, it drives like a proper rally car. I think the suspension's all right. They said they're gonna like send some thicker fluid or do it with thicker fluid, but 40 mile an hour, that's not bad on 4S. That is probably like a perfect rallying speed. It launches well, watch. Well, maybe it is a bit soft. It's lifting that inside wheel when you turn, so yeah. Maybe the suspension does need tuning a bit. 4 presses on the light button, turn the indicators off. That's good. Right, let's try 6S. It also said about longer battery straps in that email, but there's loads of room on them. That's a 6S LiPo in there. It's a big fat one. Should we see how it launches on 6S? Wow. What an animal. Nice long range on this transmitter. This is be over 50 mile an hour. It's 40 on 4S. Can we get it straight? Go, 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 go. There it goes. Pretty planted. Whoa, he says. Started to get a bit of a wobble on then. Oh yeah. Don't want to do that on 6S. The tyre's just blown and it's going to throw it over. 50 to what? 51? What? No way. 60 mile an hour? That's not 60 mile an hour, was it? It said 70 kilometers an hour, I think, on the website. Was that 60? There's not even much wind today. It's a relatively calm day. Say maybe a 5 mile an hour wind, if that. When it's at full chat, it's properly on like on its tiptoes of the tyres. You can see it just floating about. Right, what is it? It was 60 mile an hour. Man, what's that in kilometres? What's that, just under 100? 97. They said 70. 97 kilometres an hour. Wow. That's fast. It's not all about speed though, is it? Oh, literally just replaced this lens. Ah! You guys always like onboard shots, but they cost me a fortune. I replaced the lens on this last week because I broke it the week before and I've smashed the lens again. This time as well, we got some road rash on the top of it. So yeah, onboard shots are good, but to get them, you have to be a bit risky. And yeah, I'd go through lots of camera lenses and a handful of cameras over time as well. Anyway, we've lost lights now because that crash, it was quite a big crash. It rolled a good few times and it ejected the battery. We've got a bit of road rash on the car as well. But the light connector at the back broke. It's really small. It looks almost like 3D printed. It just broke in half. So now, one crash, we have no lights. I don't like the body sticks out there either. This side's nice and clean. This side like sticks out, so probably catches a bit of air in there. Anyway, let's go do some rallying. On the subject of 1/7 scale rally cars, there's a link in the description where you can win yourself this 1/7 scale rally car, the MJX 7304, a fully licensed Volkswagen Polo R WRC, the 2015 model. These things are really good fun. I've had the Citroen version. I actually think this one looks a little bit nicer, but I've had the Citroen version. You can run them on road. They come with some off-road wheels and tyres as well. I had loads of fun with mine. These things aren't 50, 60 mile an hour things. They're a little bit slower than that. It only runs 4S. However, you can gear them up, and I've also put 6S through one, and well, yeah, that was awesome as well. There's a link in the description, or you can scan that QR code right there. Yes. This thing hooks up. Something about rally cars just ripping up the dirt and the dust and everything. It just looks so good. It's a shame though. It's a shame that the lights don't work anymore. It would have made it look way better. Hang on a minute. Ugh. I watched a video yesterday, day before. I think it was Poor Boys RC. These are on the wrong way. Push them forward to lock it in. As soon as something hits it, it unlocks it. And I thought it might have just been the terrain he was on, like it was, you know, some quite big stones and gravel. This is really loose, kind of light dirt, and it's knocked it off, so. Body definitely came off that time. Oh, there's a tree there. I don't know if I got that on camera. Oh no, the exhaust has come off. Wasn't working anyway, was it? Right, let's get it out on some open ground. It's a bit tight in there to try and get it sliding and stuff, so let's throw it around here for a bit. Yeah, that's way better. The body came off about 5 times in that short space in there. Let's see what it's like out here. There's not much debris at all, so hopefully it'll hold up. We shall see. There should be some nice jumps here as well. Some like rally style jumps. Oh, body off. This is going to be a pain, isn't it? It's not even just coming off the sides, it's unclipping from the front as well. So not only is it a problem with this coming undone, it gets full of dirt as well, especially in this environment. And then you can't get it back on. It's a little bit frustrating. Why aren't you? It's not going in. Oh, come on. Also, this twist one at the back, it's full of dirt, so I can't undo it. I need a pair of pliers, which I don't think I have. Oh, there we go, I got it. Wow. I've only been running this 4S. We're going to switch to 6S now. This has been traction rolling quite a bit, even when I've been sliding it around or sort of coming off throttle when I've been turning corners. We're going to run it 6S now, and I think it's probably going to, I don't want to say ruin the experience, it's going to be harder to drive. Ignore my adapter. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's add a little bit more sand into the mix with the 6S LiPo. And that's not even half throttle at the moment. Full throttle. Oh. It's certainly ballistic. Full. Whoa. I'm scared to turn. I'm scared to turn it with too much throttle. Yeah, there you go. That was just a tiny little turn. I come off the throttle and it just, yeah, just lifts up and rolls. I think the body's come off again. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. I think we got sand in the tyres now because they're a bit unbalanced, but this thing rips. It absolutely rips on 6S. But it makes so much noise as well. I think everything's rattling around inside. The battery's probably come loose. The tyres are rubbing against the body, but it rips. Well, it's a difficult one, this. Obviously, Rlaarlo's little emails that annoyed me, their admission to, you know, some issues straight away. I've not found them all really. Well, the lights are an issue, the body coming off is an issue. I don't know what else there was. What else was there? I don't think the battery straps are an issue. They're plenty big enough. I don't think the position of the ESC button and stuff, but it's a nice rally car. Ripping around on a loose surface like this, still running 6S. It does rip. There is no denying that it does rip, and it looks awesome doing it as well. So I wasn't going to come back here and do like a sort of final thoughts, because I'd already done them before we left like the little wooded dirt area. I just was going around in loops and chatting about stuff. But on the way home, I stopped for coffee, and I remembered there was like a bit of waste ground. So I took this out on the dirt and gravel, and there was also a little bit of smooth tarmac there as well. Ripped this around. It absolutely rips. I had a little bit of juice left in the 6S LiPo, and I had a full 4S left as well. So I gave it a good rip around. And my word, this body comes off instantly on that sort of surface. As soon as you go forward and there's some stones coming up, it just pops off. It's literally, it's not even a minute. I'd say within probably 30 seconds or less, this body comes off, which makes me believe that this hasn't been tested hardly at all, because the body was coming off on the soft dirt and sand as well. And I have seen it as a pretty easy fix. You just flip it round so that pushing it backwards locks it in. So easy fix. I sat and went and had my lunch and finished watching some of the videos I'd started watching. I think everyone's pretty much having similar issues. I did see that there were some issues with the ESC not taking a high voltage 4S or high voltage 6S. I just used normal ones, had no problem at all with that. The lead for the front light got caught under the wheel and it pulled this off. I think it actually did that earlier on, but it did it even more on that last bit of running footage. It pulled that right down. I didn't have them inner guards, so you can see it did get a bit messy in here. I didn't have a problem at all with the battery straps. I don't think there's an issue with the length of them at all. The issue is there's a little bracket, I think, that you can put a shorter battery tray in. My batteries kept slipping like forwards or that way, and then they'd come out. And I'm no professional. I've just driven lots of RC cars. Well, not taking into account the speed run, because that was just up and down a road. I did a little bit of sliding around, but that was just up and down a road. But I could tell probably within 15 minutes of when I was running it on that initial dirt and stuff, I could tell straight away that 6S was going to be too much for it. The body came off pretty quick, so I could tell straight away the body was a problem. The little light connector at the back had already broken. That broke on the first time it crashed on the speed run. So within the first 15 minutes of me driving it, I figured out that there was a few issues. So again, that proves that there was no real testing done on this. I know at the start I put it next to some of the other stuff and said it looks a bit small, but it is actually to scale. So the narrower body than like the MJX and stuff, the MJX ones, they're not scale. They look a little bit too short and wide, whereas this is scale. So it does roll over. It actually was more controllable on like the harder sort of concrete surface, I think, because it slides a little bit, whereas in the dirt and that it was digging in a bit more. But anyway, now my issue with this is, and this is more of a personal issue, is the email conversation I had where they've kind of lied, haven't they? And I'm going to put the wording at the bottom there, because even though they're saying it's not a prototype, you can take that word prototype out of there, and that reads that this isn't the same as what everyone else is getting. And that's kind of what's tainted this video. There's nothing really massively wrong with the car. It needs a few tweaks that could have been easily sorted before they released it. If I was on the team for this and I went out and drove it for an hour, I would have come back and said, right guys, we're going to make it 4S. We're going to gear it up a couple of teeth so it's a little bit quicker on 4S, but not crazy quick. We're going to make sure this body doesn't keep coming off. We're going to put a more sensible ESC in it that you can program as well, because I'm pretty sure you can't program that. And that would have all been in the first half hour running it. Aside from my personal gripes with the conversations I've had and just around this one, the problem Rlaarlo have is they spend way too much time hyping and pushing these products, sending them to everyone. What they need to do for their next big new release, which is probably next week, they need to take a step back from the hyping of it, get it dialed in, put about 15 or 20 packs through it, test it on all the terrain, maybe contact some creators and say, would you be happy if we send you this sample? We don't want you to make a video on it yet because we're still testing it. We will pay you, I don't know, X amount of money if you can put like 10 packs through it and come back to us with what you found. I don't own an RC car business. I don't design and make these things. It makes perfect sense in my head, and I'm sure it makes perfect sense in a lot of your heads that that's what they should do. Test, 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 tweak, test some more, tweak, test some more, send it to some people, say we want you to test it, get it back, tweak it some more, produce the best RC car you've ever produced. Everyone will love it. You'll sell loads of them. You'll make loads of money for, let's say, an extra 6 months of production time.